there's a food measuring scale. Okay, now the way I like to write my programs, it kind of gets a little bit complex because I like to change the calories based around the week. So like the very first week, we're gonna start you with lower calories on the first 2 to 3 days because you had the weekend. My expectation is that on the weekends, people are eating more volume of calories, okay? And that's fine. I'm the same way. I have more time on the weekends so I can actually sit down and eat, right? And it may not be something bad, but you just have more time to eat. Whereas during the weekday, you're working, kids stuff, like it's busy. So, you don't get enough time to eat those calories, and you're probably not hungry because you're constantly moving. I only get hungry when I sit. Like I'm starving looking at this stuff right now, right? So I only get hungry when I'm sit. Most people are the exact same thing. What I want you to try doing is I want you to try to eat your full calories. But if anytime you get to the point where you're like, I'm stuffed, then I want you to stop. That means that your body is saying, I'm good. We don't have to force feed calories, and everybody's different, right? Some people that are the same size, age, weight as you, et cetera, maybe they do 4 workouts a day, right? So I can't give, they're like, I need 2,200 calories, and they'll still lose weight and fat. And then some people, they'll do 1,200 calories, 1 workout, and they're full, right? These people are starving. They need more, right? Because they're burning more. Maybe they got more muscle. Maybe they're walking all day for job. So everybody's going to be completely different. Even though we might be in the same shape, we might do the same workouts, everybody's nutrition is different. And that's why we run this program, is because nutrition and working out are 2 separate things. And that's why this program is a separate entity itself. Okay, so try and eat your full day calories. If you get stuffed, stop. But let's say you're eating your calories and you're like, you know what, I'm done for the day. But then at night, you're starving and you still have calories left. I would say eat those calories, okay? We don't focus on intermittent fasting. We only throw it in as a challenge. The reason being is if we're in a caloric deficit, you're already in a form of fasting. Because why? If you're burning more than you intaked, then guess what? Your body has to use fat as fuel because it needs to get fuel from somewhere. A little bit will come from the liver, a little bit will come from the muscle, but if you're in a caloric deficit, you're giving yourself food, but not enough to get it stored as body fat. Does that make sense? Yeah. So we don't do, how many hours of fasting should I do? Well, try and just, if you're like me, I try to eat late as possible because then once I start eating, I can't stop, right? So I'd rather fast longer and then eat because I know what's gonna happen, right? So the next day when you wake up, you wanna be aware of what's going on with your hunger. So if you're okay, then there's no really need to message me, okay? But if you are hungry, you're like, yeah, you know what, today I was a little hungry, RJ, but I think I'm able to do these calories for day. So let's say you did 1,300 one day, and the next day you're at like 1,000, and you wake up and you're hungry, you're like, RJ, I'm pretty hungry this morning. Then I'm like, Kate, just go back up to 13. Do you know what I mean? Because you want to be, you should be waking up hungry. Like if you did 8 hours of not eating, your body should have metabolized most of what you ate from the day before, and you should wake up hungry. Starving is a different point, right? Starving is good maybe 1 or 2 days where you're like, hey, I'm going like hardcore, I'm busy, like mentally I'm prepared for this. Then you can do a 24-hour fast, right? But in this grand scheme of things, we just want you to be hungry on most points. And hungry is good because hungry means that you're not filling the tank full and you're not completely empty. So we're never stuffed and we're never starved. So, but if you wake up and you're starving, then we have to boost your calories and we might even boost it more. And again, don't worry about like, hey, oh man, that seems like a lot of calories. Everything is adaptive to your body. So that's why this is 28 days and we don't do weekly check-ins or monthly, like it has to be daily. Do you know what I mean? And then your hopes of doing this challenge is that you're going to learn about yourself, you're going to learn about your habits, and you're going to learn more about nutrition, and then you can at least do 50 to 75% of everything that you did in the Belly Burn Challenge. Is this sustainable? It is for some, right? This now becomes a lifestyle. But our end goal is to get you as much results in 28 days as possible. And then I give you a generalized plan at the end of what you can focus on to do maintenance in between challenges. But I don't like giving out long-term macros and calories. Why? We're not checking in daily anymore. You're not sending me your weekly measurements. And things adapt. Like as you put on more muscle, you're going to be more hungry. Maybe you go from, you know, like you're doing home workouts. So maybe you do home workouts, but now you're coming here and you're lifting heavier weights. So now you're burning more calories. So I can't give you a 6-month plan. I can give you 2 weeks after a belly burn of what you should do, but then again, we need to reassess, right? But I don't run belly burns year round because it's tiring for me, because it is every day. And I want to have a little bit of peace in my messenger, right? So that's how I give it my all, and then I disconnect. Give it my all, disconnect. I think everybody can relate to that, where you just need to go hard for a little bit, and then you just need to rebound, because we're in this for the next 20, 30 years, right? So be honest, be engaging, and then trust the process, and we'll get the results that you're looking for.